Welcome back to the next round of expressive techniques. This time I want to talk about harmonics. Let's talk about kind of the theory of harmonics and then how you can use them in music, just playing harmonics on open strings and what we call artificial harmonics, and then last, pinch harmonics. If you play the bottom E string on the guitar, it goes from the saddle or the bridge to the nut. It's vibrating that far. We're going to call this the first harmonic, and most guitars have two dots at the 12th fret. The 12th fret is exactly in the midpoint between the nut and the bridge, or in the case of electric guitar, I have individual saddles that move back and forth. On the Telecaster, there's only 3. If you just barely touch over the 12th fret, you don't want to fret it, you don't want to push it down and play that note. You're just going to put your finger directly over the 12th fret, and then you want to pick very close to the bridge, like this. And then you can pull your finger away, and that's what's actually called the second harmonic. This being the open string is the first harmonic. This is the second harmonic. A lot of guitar players would think that this is the first harmonic, but this open string we call the fundamental, or the first harmonic. This is actually called the first overtone. So when you play that, now the string is stopped at that point. That's called a node. And this part's vibrating, and this part's vibrating. Now if I put my finger directly over the 7th fret and pick close to the bridge, and I've also got my pickup set to the bridge pickup. It kind of works best down there. So finger directly over the 7th fret. Now if I fretted that, I would get the same note but an octave lower. If I just touch with the fatty part of my second finger here, just to stop the string from ringing right there, we would call that the third harmonic. Technically, most people would call it the second harmonic. This is the fundamental, the first harmonic, the second harmonic. Now if you touch the string at the 19th fret, you'll find out the string keeps ringing, because now it's vibrating in thirds. So this third is ringing. So the 7th fret is exactly cutting the string in thirds. And then from 7th to the 19th is another third. 19th to the bridge is the last third. So I can put my finger over the 19th fret and stop it there and get the same exact harmonic. But if I touch it anywhere else, it will stop the string. So the string is vibrating in thirds there. Okay, the next harmonic, if I put my fatty part of my second finger directly over the 5th fret, and then pick pretty hard close to the bridge. If I don't pick close to the bridge, see, it just doesn't come out as very well. But the closer I get to the bridge, the better it comes out. So when you want a clear harmonic sound, you got to pick close to the bridge, and it helps to be in the bridge pickup. If I switch to the neck pickup, it also doesn't come out very well. So bridge pickup, pick close to the bridge. So what we're finding out, we've got this harmonic, 12th fret, 7th fret, 5th fret, and they're getting higher in pitch. This is an E note. This is also an E note, an octave higher. So in the key of E, this would be a root and another root. This is the 5th of the scale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, do, re, mi, fa, do. So we've got root, root, 5th, and another root. This note up here. Okay, now if you put your finger above the 4th fret, and the harmonics closer to the nut get harder and harder to make and softer. This is a 3rd of the scale. 1, 2, 3. Okay, the next harmonic is just this side of the 3rd fret. Now that's another 5th. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just that side of the 3rd fret. This is interesting. We get a flat 7 in the scale. And from here on out, they're packed in pretty tight together. So you can just pick down here by the bridge and just gently skim the fatty part of your finger without pressing down. And there's a bunch of them packed in there, and I don't know what part of the scale they are. But some people use these for musical effect. So, of course, they're on every string, and the loudest one will be on the 12th fret. You know, if you play a G chord, we've got the D, G, and B strings being the 5th root and 3rd of a G chord. So if you put the fatty part of your 3rd finger right over the 12th fret, again, not pressing down, but directly over the fret, and pick close to the bridge, you can get a G chord. If you do it over the 7th fret, you get a D chord. And then over the 5th fret, another G chord, an octave higher. You may have heard this in different songs. So that's the theory of harmonics. This makes the string vibrate in half at 12th fret. 7th fret, it's vibrating in thirds. 5th fret, it's dividing in fourths. So it's actually stopped at the 12th fret. I can touch it there and it doesn't mute it. And then it's also up here right over my pickup is 1/4, 1/4, 1/4, like that. And then in fifths, in sixths, in sevenths, etc. But if you run your pick down here, and you just slowly you'll find them all up and down the string. So that's the theory of harmonics. It's part of physics. It's kind of a fun thing. Actually using them in music, when I end Blackbird, I usually do a harmonic like that. Now that's called an artificial harmonic. I'm not using an open string. I'm fretting the 3rd fret And then I'm picking with my thumb and I'm touching right above the 3rd fret. So another way to make an artificial harmonic, say you take this A bar chord and you go up 12 frets to the 17th fret. Now I'm touching the 17th fret with my 1st finger and picking with my thumb. Some people pick with their little finger and touch with the 1st finger. If you can get that down, it's a little better maybe because your pick is farther from where you're touching. But a lot of guys do it like this, just picking with the thumb. So if I trace the exact chord, 17th, 19th, 19th, 18th, 17th, 17th fret. Maybe you're doing a song, and you just want to add in a few of those bell sounding harmonics. You can also play melodies with it. Say you're playing a minor pentatonic. So if you go up 12 frets from all of those notes, here it would be 19th fret, 17, 19. I can even bend, add some vibrato. So it's a fun thing to do. You just play around with it, and the more you hear music, you'll probably hear guys doing it. Guys like Chet Atkins and Lenny Breau used to do fun harmonics like which is a little hard to do on this guitar because the action's so low, but on an acoustic guitar, a little easier. Guys like Tommy Emmanuel use them a lot. Okay, let's talk about the last part of harmonics. What I just talked about we call artificial harmonics. And the last one is pinch harmonics. So pinch harmonics, it really helps to have a overdrive or a distortion pedal or maybe even a fuzz pedal. I just have this overdrive pedal. It's called a Zen drive. It used to be from a company called Hermita Audio, but now I think it's built by a company called Love Pedal. So I've got the gain cranked all the way up, and this is my clean bridge pickup. Let me show you what a pinch harmonic is. You take the tip of your pick and you're just going to have just the tip sticking out instead of the way you might normally grab a pick like this. You just want a teeny bit sticking out, and you're going to pick, and then right after that the edge of your thumb is going to touch the string, and that's what will make this harmonic. So if I do it without a distortion, it works, I find, best on the A, D, and G strings. So again, similar to having so many harmonics in this area, if you go about this distance from the bridge, there's a bunch of them down here, and you just have to play around to find them. So if I play this D note on the A string, the 5th fret of the A string, that's just a regular note. Now if I pick it and then I let the edge of my thumb hit right after, you almost don't hear the pick. And then I just have to move my hand a little bit up and down to find where the harmonic is. Okay, there's one right there. And now if I play the 3rd fret of the D string and just move my hand around, just with the pick barely sticking out, and then immediately touch it with the side of my thumb, you can kind of hear them. Now if I switch on my overdrive pedal, which is not quite as overdriven as a proper distortion pedal like a Ibanez Tube Screamer or something, but it helps. So there you can hear some. I'll go up to the G string. Sounds like guys like Billy Gibbons from ZZ Top. So they're all over the place there. The more overdrive you have, if you're playing through an amp with a lot of gain, like a Marshall or something, you're probably going to be able to get them more easily. That's everything you wanted to know about harmonics in 4 bits. The theory, doing the open string harmonics, and the artificial harmonics, and the pinch harmonics. Have fun with it. I'll see you next time.